Good afternoon. It's July 8th, 2023, and this is the Wall Street Weekly Wrap-Up with your host, John Newquist. And it was kind of a quiet week, getting ready for the earnings reports coming up for the third quarter. And we had some news with Meta, so let's get into it. First, we got to talk about the portfolio, up 26% this year. That's 8% is an average gain, and we have 3 years of performance. Now, if you want to take the 3 years of profits and go away, you could do it, go away in May, or in this case, July. S&P's up 15.9% for the year at the end of the quarter. So I think the market will go up. I do think, again, the October recession is going to come. So there'll be a time where it'll increase in August, and then we're going to probably see some drop in September, October. And it might be ugly to the end of the year. So, we're in it for the long term, but if you're looking at short-term gains and you think maybe I want to take it, this might be the time. We added EQR, Equity REIT, and 301 apartment buildings, and been around for over 30, 40, 50 years, 4.1% dividend. The key thing is, the REITs are tough to buy because, commercial real estate is a market that everybody's worried about. We're watching some REITs turn in their properties and say, just take it. We're not going to manage it. We want to pay the rent. We can't pay the costs. But what we're looking for is the 200-day moving average and the 50 to cross. So this one did it. I think it'll be all right overall. Not going to be an issue where they're going to go bankrupt. And apartments are less sensitive. Everybody needs apartments. Commercial real estate, I'm sitting there watching, seems like a third of the malls are empty, so that's not the ones you want to get into. The stats of the week, crude oil a little bit higher, held pretty good above 70. Gold's getting closer. It's getting up to, maybe another high. Everybody's watching it, but 2000 is the number we have to get to. I decided to pull the Palladium chart today, and the Palladium chart, is used first as a catalyst for catalytic converters, and you can see it's went down, 2,300 down to 1,200. A 50% haircut, and a lot of rumors that platinum will be the catalyst, not so much palladium, because palladium is South Africa and Russia, and that's not a good place to get it right now. So we'll see. We're watching that. The index is, pretty flat. Red week today. Most of them went down about 1% overall. And we looked at one of the things as the utility index, VPU, and you can see the utilities not been so good. If you would have bought it, you've lost money. We have our utilities, Nextera, and to some extent Generac with the the generators, but and Fluence with the utility storage of energy. But these are areas where people are looking at the dividend and saying, well, I can get better at the 5% on the the 2-year, and why do I want to buy utility, which has been going down? So not a good sector. We're weighted in 100% in it, but like anything else, I think if the rates start dropping, the utilities will pick up. Unemployment rate shocked a lot of people. They were thinking it was going to go up, and it went down to 3.6, which is a problem because now we're pretty sure we're going to get a Fed hike in the next meeting, and that's what nobody wants. But Fed said probably 2 more hikes and they're done. So maybe let's get it over with. Biogen, I watched the Alzheimer treatment. Lilly is a big one in the market. Biogen got full approval in there, and chart's been flat. All the pharmas have been tough this year. You're not making any money on Pfizer, Merck, and all the other companies. If it is, a few percentage, but this isn't a sideways movement. It's wedge a little bit upwards, but it's really sideways. It broke through the wedge down here, and that was the hype of the drug. But if you're going to buy it, it's not too bad. It's it's got support over here. You're not buying it much above the support. So when it jumped a lot, it's come back, and it probably may come back one more time. Again, Alzheimer's, millions of people have it, millions of people. And any early treatment that is approved by FDA and Medicaid is going to be big. So, you think, well, it's high now. No, it's going to be higher if it starts to catch on, and it does work much better. Meta came out with Threads, the competitor to Twitter, and I like it. 70 million people over have signed up as of last Friday. So, again, I saw the lawsuit. He's going to sue him, but look at this chart. 200-day moving average across in March. You could have bought it over here, 150. It's $100 higher. I mean, this is a company that's on fire, and I see it monetized. They don't have the fee of $8 a month. They don't have a lot of issues with Twitter has with all the let's bring in every view of hate and everything else. So I just see this one is going to be a pretty popular app, and if they do it right, you're going to see probably half of Twitter people leave, and it's going to be kind of a vacant shell of what it was once. Paramount got a lot of news because it got downgraded, and everybody's looking at Netflix and all these other streaming services. They want to know if it's going to go better. Disney's going to get better. I don't know. Paramount's out there. I had Paramount. I didn't like it. I didn't see much of it. But, this is a stock that's been downward. It's got a lot of issues about advertising. I think it's not managed well. I mean, I like, what do you got to have? You have to have, content, and they do have content, but people aren't going to look at old content over and over and over unless it's free. So do you pay for Paramount among other things like Netflix and ESPN and Disney? Probably not. Then Amazon, JSE's Prime Day is coming up July 11th or 12th, I think it is. I'm not a Prime member, so I don't really care. But it's going to set records. Target's got their Prime Day, and everybody's going to have their day, pretty soon. And just trying to get people to buy. And it's an interesting time. Amazon, like I said, is doing a lot of things right. I don't think the Amazon Video is doing so well like compared to Netflix, and the retention of people buying it not so good either. But like I said, we're in it for Amazon. We've got it in cheap, and I think we'll hold on to it. But it is the #1 retailer, and I keep on looking at this shrinkage on the CVS, Target, where millions, 100 million, 400 million stolen at Target. Amazon hasn't got that. Now, maybe we'll get to the day when they're going to start robbing these Amazon trucks as like, they would do a Brinks truck, but that hasn't come yet. And, right now, I think a lot of the retailers are paying a cost that Amazon does not have to pay. So, something to think about. And then, again, I just pulled up COP, the oil sector. Everybody wants it to get up. Everybody says, it's supposed to go up. Usage is supposed to go up, and it's not, going above 80 at all. So I don't know if it will. I mean, they're pumping oil as fast as they can. Even though the Saudis have cut back almost 2 million barrels a day, it doesn't matter. Everybody else is pumping oil. And so we're in a downtrend. As you can see, a pretty big downtrend. It broke the downtrend right over here. But the uptrend that it was in there, it's kind of stalled too. So it's getting close. We'll find out about mid-August where the oil side is going to go. Is it going to be negative for the rest of the year, or going to be positive? We're equal weight energy. We're going to stay in it. Good dividend anyway. So, but it is a tough sector to be in, and a lot of people are like, well, I want these days back here. Well, so does everybody else. So we'll see you next week. Stay cool, and have a good week.